radical and components. I think it's a source of confusion, not only for me. So my current understanding is that the characters are composed of strokes, obviously, and the strokes make up the different components, so it could be a group of strokes, and they're like building blocks, and they're being recycled. They have different recycled in the sense they're being used. They can transfer meaning, or they can transfer just the sound. They can also be empty, like not doing anything. They can have been edited later to the character just to distinguish it. So it's not really, you can't really, there are some rules where you can tell what it is, but okay. So these are the components. And then in each of the character there is something like a tag or a bookmark, or there's one component being assigned to be the radical. And that is then the thing that is said, okay, this character is being put in the dictionary under the chapter of this particular radical. So like a tagging system. So you can say, okay, the radical, so the tag for this complete character is this particular component or stroke combination. And if you ever want to look up your character, the whole character in the dictionary, you need to go to the entry for this particular radical. Makes sense, I guess. But I found it just confusing. So I think it's still very good to learn all the different components and to look at the components. And again, here I can just refer to Outlier Dictionary, which have like, where you can check up the whole information for each component. So they tell you how did it evolve, how is it, from which smaller part is it made of, and is it a radical or not, in which dictionary. It could be a radical in simplified Mandarin, could be a radical in traditional Mandarin, as I understand right now, and could not be a radical at all, could just be a component. And what's the meaning, and also where else is this component being used, and is it used somewhere to convey meaning? So is it a semantic component, and they give you all of those then, or is it being used in characters as a sound component, and then you see a whole list of these. And it also tells you, are there any characters that use this particular component as an empty component? So yeah, it's endlessly. But then if you dive into this, you suddenly see all the related characters, and you can kind of picture it in your head. Okay, I have this component, and then it can appear in this combination, and that shifts the meaning. And yeah, fascinating, very fascinating.